Turn around right now.
Nope. Nope.
Turn around.
Videotape this, Sherry.
I'm already doing it. It's right here. Turn around.
No, you're wrong.
Turn around.
My constitutional rights. I don't have to.
In September 2019, in Loveland, Colorado, a 60-year-old man named Preston Sowl and his wife were driving along a thoroughfare when they saw a downed motorcyclist blocking the exit. A man was trapped under his bike and was in terrible shape. The couple, along with others, would stop to help the downed motorcyclist and call 911 for emergency service. The couple would stay at the scene as the EMS were onboarding the heavily injured motorcyclist. This is when Officer Paul Ashe would arrive on the scene. And soon, things took an unexpected turn that no one could have anticipated.
Where is the bike at?
The bike's parked down on the side. Yeah, the blue one there. We pulled it off.
Make note of this statement as it gives important context for the rest of the video.
We pulled it off.
Preston says we, which implies the people gathered here had pulled the bike off the injured rider. Officer Ashe, however, would misinterpret it as Preston having pulled the bike off himself. The other officer, Detective Clint Schnorr, goes to the location to investigate. Officer Ashe would then suddenly adopt a confrontational tone with Preston.
Okay, you might come and talk to me?
I don't know what happened.
Well, you pulled the bike off him.
I'm not talking to nobody.
Really?
These guys saw what happened. I didn't.
Okay, if you're not talking to anybody, you can leave.
Well, you can leave.
No.
You're dismissed.
We
No.
can't leave.
We can't leave. I'm not leaving.
Okay, then come and talk to me.
No, I'm not going to come talk to you.
The Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures. It says that authorities need a warrant supported by probable cause to search someone's property or arrest them. This amendment aims to safeguard individuals' privacy and prevent arbitrary intrusions by the government. Generally, asking a person to leave the area is only applicable under specific circumstances. If the person's presence is interfering with their ability to perform their duties, if there are safety concerns, or if the person is violating a law or ordinance. None of the three seem to apply in the case of Preston. While the officer's request is indeed unjustified, Preston should have still complied. It is generally not advised to become confrontational with police officers. A better option would have been to take note of the officer's ID and file a complaint with his department.
Okay, then come and talk to me.
No, I'm not going to come talk to you. I'm not going to come talk to you.
Police officer, man.
I know.
Did you
but
pull
I'm
the
not gonna
bike?
come talk
Did
to
you
him.
pull the bike
I'm
off
not going to
him?
come talk to him.
Sensing a troublesome cop, Preston refuses to talk. This is the right approach here, as anything he would have said or done could have been used against him in court.
What's his name?
Preston. That's all I know.
Preston what?
I don't know.
You got an ID on your boss? I'm gonna need an ID now. Okay.
The cop appears to begin writing a charge against Preston even though Preston hasn't violated any law. As per the Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, a person has the right to refuse to talk to a police officer. Officer Ashe is violating his own police code by pressing Preston to talk. Officer Ashe tries to arrest Preston for obstruction of justice. Let me explain why this arrest is completely unlawful. Unlike in many other U.S. jurisdictions, in Colorado state law, obstruction of justice has a broader meaning. One can argue that Preston could have been charged as such for refusing to aid a peace officer. However, in legal terms, aid in this context has a more specific meaning. It implies a more active obstruction of law enforcement activities. In other words, using or threatening to use force or physical violence to interfere with an officer's ability to do their work. Simply exercising your Fifth Amendment rights isn't an obstruction of justice. This arrest could also be classed as a violation of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which prevents the government from depriving individuals of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Understandably enraged by this unlawful arrest, Preston would try to resist.
No, you're wrong. My constitutional rights. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to ID myself.
Turn around.
He's being a
Turn around.
fucking
But-
Loveland cop. Yeah, he is.
You might
I
back
came
up.
down here to help.
Just back it up.
I don't know what
Back up.
happened,
Back
and I'm
up.
telling him that. I'm telling him that. I
Put
don't
your
know what
hand.
happened.
Put your hand
Why
behind
does
your
he
back.
want to talk to me?
I'm not telling you again.
You're being a little,
No.
Preston,
bit of a dick, man.
Put your hand behind your back now.
No, you're being wrong.
Put
If you
your
don't
hand.
put
You're being wrong.
He's gonna-
Videotape this, Sherry.
He's gonna get you if you don't put your hand on
Videotape
it.
this
Hey.
shit. What are you fucking with me for? What are you fucking with me for? What are you fucking with me for?
In the ensuing struggle, the officer's body cam would fall off. Preston would be manhandled to the ground and his arms twisted and handcuffed. Preston screams in pain as he had been handcuffed incorrectly and then pulled up by his shoulder without warning. Likely, Preston had sustained a shoulder injury or a joint dislocation. He also appears to have visible injuries on his head. However, as it would be revealed later in the video, his injuries are far worse than what one can interpret from the footage.
This is total fucking bullshit.
I gave you plenty of opportunities.
No, I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't have to talk to you.
I'm gonna sit you up.
That's my constitutional rights.
I'm gonna sit you up.
That's my constitutional rights. This is fucked up.
Tuck that knee in.
This is fucked up.
Bring this leg in so you can sit down.
This is fucked up.
Ow! 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 We tried to.
Your shoulder's fucked up. You're fucking with me.
We're coming to my car over here.
There's no reason for this. There's no reason for this. Get my phone, Sherry. This is fucked up. Videotape this shit.
All you had to do was talk to me.
I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't have to talk to you.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't have to talk to you. I don't know what happened. He came over. We saw him down. I came to help him get his fucking bike up.
Okay, and that's why I need to talk to you.
That's right.
So if you've
So
inserted yourself,
me and fucking let me go.
if you've inserted yourself, you need to talk to me.
I don't
You are
need to talk to
obstructing
you.
an investigation.
I'm not instructing
You are
anything.
under arrest for obstruction.
I'm
and
not
now for
instructing you.
resisting.
I want to talk to your fucking supervisor.
Preston's body is searched for any items that could potentially be used as evidence or could possibly be used as a weapon. This is standard procedure following arrest. However, since this arrest is unlawful, a lawyer can argue that this is a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
I want to talk to your
I'll have him meet us
supervisor.
at the police department.
Right? No. I want to
can
talk to him right fucking now.
You can talk to him before you go to jail.
I'm not going to jail
Yeah,
for
you are.
shit. I didn't do anything. I helped the guy get his bike up,
That's why you
and
need to talk to
I'm
me.
obstructing? Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Go ahead and have a seat.
No. Let me go. I'll get in. You don't have to force
I'm
me
gonna
in.
double lock your cuffs.
You don't have to force me in. I'll get in the fucking
Go
car.
ahead.
I'll get in your fucking thing. Loosen these cuffs up, please.
Here you can see how tight his handcuffs were, with blood circulation clearly restricted.
I had
that's that
nothing to
blue
do
one.
with that. I came out to help my friend.
Okay, and that's why you needed to sit there and talk to me.
Yeah, well, I didn't need to sit there and
Yeah,
talk
you
because
did.
I didn't see what happened. I didn't witness what happened.
Well, you obviously did because
I
you
didn't.
came out and helped him.
Yeah, but I didn't
So
witness.
that's
I don't
part
know
of
what the hell happened. I came down on my bike. My buddy's bike's down.
That's part of the investigation, and we need to know all about that.
You're fucking wrong.
Okay, have a seat.
Please loosen these.
They are super loose.
No, they're not.
Have a seat in the car.
No, my left wrist is
Officer
tight.
Ashe, do you want me to
Please,
check them? Can I check them,
please.
sir?
Yes, sir.
Please. They're fucking tight as
Yeah,
hell.
there's a lot of room in there, sir.
They're tight
Can you
as
have a seat in
hell.
there for us,
That's
please?
two
Tight
officers.
as hell.
It's two officers who have checked them, and I loosened them.
And I want to talk to your fucking supervisor right now. Not when I get
He'll
to
be-
the
he's
cop
here.
shop.
He's
He'll
here.
be at the jail.
Alright.
Yeah. Or one of my supervisors.
Here, the officers decided to mute their body cams, but one of them did not. Later investigation would reveal that they were discussing on what ground they had arrested Preston for. They all then agreed that they suspected Preston to have tampered with physical evidence for his action of having helped lift the bike off the injured rider. Officer Ashe tells the first responder waiting nearby to move a distance. Probably he didn't like him eavesdropping on their conversation. The body cam is unmuted as Officer Ashe opens the squad car door to talk to Preston. Again, the police can't arbitrarily arrest people if they don't answer their questions. The US isn't a dictatorship.
Sir,
What?
this is a paramedic with Thompson Valley.
Yeah, my shoulder's fucked
Okay,
up.
he's gonna check you.
Yeah,
Just let
thank
know.
you.
Okay.
There's no reason for you to throw me fucking down like that.
Well, I gave you plenty of chances
I didn't want to
put
talk to you.
yourself under
That's not
arrest.
resisting. That's not
Okay.
fucking anything.
We'll explain all that at the police department, okay?
yeah, right. I know my rights. I didn't need to talk to you.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't need
did.
to ID
You
myself.
inserted
I had
yourself.
nothing to do with what happened here.
You told me you
I
moved the
came
bike.
down here. I came down here to see what was going on, and you're asking me questions. I don't know what the fuck happened, but you
Okay.
fucked up my shoulder, and you're gonna have a fucking lawsuit
Okay.
on your hands.
Like I said, this is my partner Shane. He's gonna check you.
Yeah, thank you.
The officer mutes his body cam again as he discusses other details with his fellow officers.
Fucked up in these cuffs
According to a later report, the medics you see in the background were requesting the officers present to unhandcuff Preston due to his shoulder injury. However, this was refused. Officer Ashe would then approach Preston's wife and tell her the charges he had booked against her husband and the reason for his arrest.
Are you wife? I didn't get your name, I'm sorry.
Girlfriend, wife.
One of the above?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to go to the hospital and get checked, and then I'm going to take him to the police department. He's going to be booked in for obstructing and resisting, and then he'll be transported to Loveland County Jail. Do you have any questions about that?
I've been through the routine.
I just needed, I mean, 2 seconds, you would have talked, and we would have been done.
Well, the thing is he has seen so many videos on Facebook about not having to give your name, you know, and so that's why he did that.
Okay. And so my whole thought on that is if he told me right away that he helped move the bike off the guy.
No, he didn't.
Let's recall the earlier part of the video and how the officer is still misunderstanding Preston's earlier statement. He seems stuck on his original thought of Preston solely having moved the bike.
He told me right away that he helped move the bike off the guy.
No, he didn't.
That's what he told me, okay?
I didn't hear that.
Okay. And then at that point in time, he's inserted himself in the accident. I'm just trying to figure out what happened to the guy on the bike.
No, I
So I
understand.
do need to talk to him. So at that point in time, he does need to talk to me. Okay.
But he didn't move the bike.
Well, he told me he did.
He didn't.
Okay.
The other guys did.
Okay. Well, he told me he helped move the bike. That's what I'm just trying to figure out was what happened in the accident.
Yeah.
So.
We came up. All these guys were already over there. They got the bike up. They moved it.
Okay.
And
Why
he
would
was
he tell me he helped move the bike then?
I don't know.
Okay. So that was my whole thing. I just need to know what they did to move that bike, so then I can move on to the next part of the investigation,
No,
which
I
is
understand.
dealing with
I
him.
mean-
And if he would have told me that, you guys would be home already, probably. Just want to let you know, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
As the other officer begins to talk about the details so far regarding the accident, Officer Ashe mutes his body cam. This would qualify as obstruction of justice in the context of an unlawful arrest. It is confirmed Preston has dislocated his shoulder joint. Finally, an officer can be seen untying his handcuffs as the paramedics check on him, a full 20 minutes after initially denying the previous request. His arm appears to be limp and unresponsive. As an emergency responder approaches the officer to ask a question about how Preston got injured, he again mutes his body cam. The officer would keep his body cam muted as more details of the incident are discussed. The body cam would remain muted for the next 3 minutes.
720-938.
Officer Ashe mutes his body cam yet again as he approaches a fellow officer to talk about Preston's case. At the hospital, it would be revealed that Preston had suffered a fracture in his left shoulder and dislocated Sowl's shoulder and collarbone. This ultimately required him to undergo a complete shoulder replacement surgery, a very painful procedure that takes months to recover from. In addition, he also suffered a torn rotator cuff and bleeding contusions to his head, knees, legs, arms, and wrist. He would be jailed on charges of obstruction of justice and resisting arrest. Ultimately, these charges would be dismissed by the 8th Judicial District Attorney's Office. Rightfully, Preston would later file a federal lawsuit on June 22, 2020 against the city of Loveland and the Loveland Police Department. An internal investigation would show that Officer Ashe had violated 3 department policies and procedures. This being limits of authority and exercise discretion, search and seizure, and use of force. Following a lengthy legal battle, a settlement would be reached awarding Preston with the sum of $290,000 in damages. However, it would also state that neither the city nor the concerned officers admitted any guilt in the case. Note that this is taxpayer money that was spent because of one police officer's wrongdoings. It's also unclear what disciplinary action was taken against Officer Ashe and his fellow officers involved in the unlawful arrest, apart from putting Officer Ashe on unpaid administrative leave. At the time of writing this writing, a full 3 years after the incident, no news release has been published giving more information relating to this. It must be noted that the video shown is not an isolated case of the Loveland Police Department needlessly violating police codes and making use of excessive force. Many citizens have criticized the department for its culture, its pattern of needless escalation, and even the most garden variety of encounters with the public, and its unacceptable practices of retaliatory arrests and excessive force. The Loveland Police Department exemplifies the growing problem present within the United States police force. Corrupt cops have a free rein to violate their own police codes with immunity and remain insulated from accountability. One contentious issue is the doctrine of qualified immunity. It holds that if public officials such as law officers violate other people's constitutional rights, can only be held responsible if there exists a previous court decision, with very similar facts that resulted in other officials being held accountable. In other words, it makes it very difficult to bring a corrupt cop to justice. Nevertheless, this is a pressing problem that needs to be addressed. Failure to do so would mean only continued erosion of public trust in law enforcement, of which the reputation of good and honest cops is also a casualty. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe for more.